What's the craziest experience you've had out here on JB?
13 fish over 8 pounds in one day. 5 of those fish were over 10 pounds in one day.
There we go. I think we are good here.
Good to go.
What is going on, DFW Fishing Forum and Instagram? We are going live right now. We are out here with the famous Brandon Burks.
What's going on?
Man, you catch a lot of double digits.
Oh, dude.
You catch some big fish.
Blessed.
And, oh, man, it is a blessing. There's some people who have never caught a double digit in their whole life.
Yeah.
My dad back there. Oh, hey, how you doing, Lee? But guys, what I wanted to do is I'm out here in West Texas. We are out here fishing. Me and my dad are fishing, and it has been a grind. But we're watching his stories and watching him catch these monster fish. So he has figured out something out on this lake, and there's a lot of big fish on. I thought Fork, Allen Henry, all these, Toledo Bend, I thought all of them had huge fish in it. But it seems like almost every night you're coming out here, you're catching some monster fish, and you or your clients.
It is. This place is special. It's almost like a perfect storm of ingredients to make it have. You can go to almost any lake you choose, any lake you've heard of, and look live scope all day, and you might see one big fish. Mm-hmm. Maybe you might not see none at all. And here you see multiple big fish every single time you go out. You know what I mean? It just it's got unlimited shad, unlimited crappie. They don't have any competition. There's no white bass. There's not a lot of trash fish. There's no, maybe some small carp, but it's just got all the ingredients for them to explode and have unlimited food source. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And so, how long have you been guiding out here?
I've been guiding out here about two years now.
2 years. And then what brought you, what brought you here? How did you hear about this? Why did you decide this is like a dirt town? There's nothing out. There's some oil rigs.
I guided at OH Ivie for 3 years. Started out at OH Ivie, and I had a client one day that was wanting. I do a lot of electronics training, electronics setup on people's boats, and he wanted to get his boat set up. And I was like, man, I heard about this lake. We need to go try it out. So we took his boat and came over here. I set up his electronics. We fished all day. Caught 1 8-pounder.
Okay.
And I was like, dang, it was like y'all. It was a grind, but I was like, man. And the second time I came, I brought another guy, and I found a tree with, it looked like it had some big ones in it. And you would do the same techniques that you would do at Ivie, and the fish would completely ignore it. Mm-hmm. And finally, I tried something different. Tried a swim jig and threw it by them, and they all chased it out. And we ended up catching 2 8-pounders that day, and it was like a light bulb went off. Like, good Lord, there's not very many places that you can see stuff like that on the screen that is that big. You know what I mean? So after that, it's just been full throttle. I figured it out more and more as I went on, and it's evolved. I've gotten better and better at all of it, understanding what to look for. I think now what separates maybe me from everybody that just comes out here is I've done it so long on this lake is that I know exactly what those big bass look like when they are feeding. It's one thing just to be able to spot them.
Yes.
But
yes.
Now I can differentiate, is that one catchable, not catchable? If I know it's catchable, then I don't even want to make a cast. I want you to catch that fish because I know that if you get a bait close to it, you're going to catch it, I think that's the key, is just learning what they look like and knowing which ones are to take your time on, you know what I mean?
I think that's been one of our challenges. We've been out here and we've come up on some big rock piles and some brush piles, or some trees down there, and we've seen some giant fish down there. And we'll cast, we're throwing jigs, we're throwing worms, throwing everything we can, and they just ignore it. But last night he threw a big football jig, and he got bit, and he said it was like a freight train. He's like, I've never had something pull that hard. He tried to set the hook, and it just took off, and then it just popped off. So he missed. I think my goal is to help him catch a double digit. He's been talking about since I was little. That's the one thing that my dad wants, and so that's why we came out here. But I'll tell you, it's been really tough. So this lake is a special lake. It fishes different than a lot of other lakes. The first time we came out here, we were able to throw chatterbaits and stuff. This is like 3 or 4 years ago when I first met you, and maybe it was spring, and I was able to catch 2 and 3 pounders. lately we can't catch any little fish. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing, the craziest experience you've had out here on JB Thomas? What's the weirdest thing that's happened to you since?
The craziest thing that I have experienced, I had a client, and one day we caught 13 fish over 8 pounds. And one day, 5 of those fish were over 10 pounds. And one day, that was the craziest day I've ever had. I've had multiple chances at having 5. You know, last night we had 3 over 10 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
3. So if you average out a year, how many double digits are hitting your deck in a year between you and your clients?
I would say 200 plus.
200 plus.
Probably.
Can you do that on any other lake?
No.
No?
No. I got it at Ivie for 3 years, and it's got plenty of big fish, caught plenty of big fish. My dad caught a 1340. I've caught plenty of big ones there, but it's the consistency. You may catch one and then go a week. You may catch 2 in a day and then go a month. You know what I mean? At Ivie here, you're gonna have the opportunity every single day at a big fish.
Yeah. Got some people there. Christian and that's Lawrence Lee headed to the lake without a boat. What's going on? They going? I guess they're going later too, huh?
You're right.
All right. Well, so this is pretty much a guide camp basically out here.
Right.
A couple visitors once in a while.
Okay.
So if you had to throw one lure for the rest of the year on this lake, you could just pick. You only can pick one lure. What would it be?
That'd be the swim jig that I designed for this lake, for this technique. It's called the FFS Sniper Jig. It's made by Spitting Image Jigs. Me and him kind of collabed, and I had an idea of what I wanted in this jig to perform and do the certain things that I wanted it to do. And it's literally, I mean, I've caught them on other stuff, but day in, day out, I've literally put hundreds of 10 plus pounders in the boat that one day.
Wow.
And what's crazy is it's 2 years in and they're still eating the same exact thing. Like it's pretty wild. It's been good.
That's good to know. It's even though I've used some of these jigs, it's been. I know you guys have a special technique that you guys have mastered.
Right.
The guides out here have a special technique because you can see these fish, but whatever they're doing,
you're
amazing.
Not the only one. I've talked to like 3 different buddies that have seen my posts that have came out here, tried to do it. All of them have zeroed. You know.
Yeah. No.
It's not easy. Not easy if just coming once in a while, you know what I mean? To not, there's so much on the screen. It just
this is more crappie than I've ever seen. Crappie in any lake I've ever seen. Just from top to bottom, you just see specks of crappie sitting everywhere.
So unless you really, really, really are honed in on exactly what to look for, it's gonna be tough.
It's tough.
Yeah.
All right. So that leads me to my next question. What's the top mistake that anglers do when they get here? What's their biggest mistake when they're coming out here?
I think the biggest mistake most people think is to look at it like any other lake where you could just traditionally fish, you know, and that's just not the case here. I mean, this spring I had a 2 or 3 month period where I didn't even turn on my forward facing sonar, just strictly up shallow, throwing, power fishing, catching some absolute
I saw that. I saw you guys flipping in trees and stuff like that.
That was a really fun bite.
But now, what time of year was that?
I would say probably towards the end of March, May.
Okay, so spring to early spring when they're up shallow, spawning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, because we try some. I saw some big fish in the trees. I went over there recently, and there's some monsters in there.
Right.
But they just. I think by the time I see them, my boat has hit 5 trees and like smacking around in there, and I'm like, oh, there's one I'm throwing. He's looking at us like he's laughing. You know, like I'm not touching that thing. But they're monsters. There are some monsters in there.
Yeah. I mean, it would absolutely trip people out if you knew how many fish I saw last night that were over 10 pounds. Like, it was unbelievable. I mean, it just is. That's just every night out there. Once you really learn how to hone in and what to look for, I mean, downright incredible. And my client caught 2, an 11 pounder and a 10 pounder, and he missed 3 other ones that just knocked the fire out of it. Just missed it, you know, just didn't get it. I don't know if they're just trying. I think a lot of times those big fish, watching how they feed on those crappie on the screen, I think a lot of times they just hit it to try to kill it. They don't even open their mouth. They're just ramming into it. And I think that's a lot of times when you feel that, and then you set the hook, you're like, how could a fish that big not eat it? But I think they're just trying to kill it, you know.
So is there a happy hour time? Is there the best time of day that you can come out here and catch fish?
Man, really, there's usually an hour window every day, every night, where you see more fish, you know, than the other times. You know what I mean? I call it power hour. Usually during that hour, if you can get right in a hurry, if you're doing the right thing in the right place.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of people. You know, you come early. I've seen you guys catch them all day long. You know, nighttime, daytime, all that stuff. So it doesn't. So there's an hour where they're all feeding. Like it seems like you can catch a bunch, and then it goes back to them just chilling out. And stuff.
You'll see them everywhere, and then all of a sudden you'll be going, and you're like, go 2 hours and not see a single one. You know, you're like, how's that? That's just. I think they all just go to the bottom when they're not feeding.
Okay. Well, that brings me to the next. Is there a time where you see when the bass are not eating? Like, do you know? Like, are there signs?
It changes day to day, week to week, month to month. You know, there'll be a fire a couple of weeks in each month where it's just crazy. I mean, right now it's been nonstop.
Summer's good. The summer's good.
This nighttime deal. I mean, it's 100 and something degrees out here during the daytime. I've been meeting my clients at 9 o'clock in the evening. It's already almost dark. It's cool. You're not sweating. You know, fishing out there at night. You're not sweating. You're not hot. It's been great.
It is. We've been staying up late.
Way better than fishing during the day. Sweating, you know.
So what's your personal best out here?
My personal best is 13.7
at this lake.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. That's 13.7. I think
someone just caught that recently, right? I think I saw
6 or 7 over just in the last since June 25th. I've had 3 clients. Well, including me. I caught one, and then I had 2 clients catch fish over 13 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Insane. It's a fish of a lifetime for most people. So.
Yeah,
have you seen any bigger fish? Like, have you seen a 13 and then you see something that's like way bigger?
Oh, yeah.
Next?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's definitely a 14. I watched a guy a couple years ago. He didn't get it certified, but caught a 14.10. You know, so I know there's bigger ones.
And where do you get it to certify around here? We're out in the middle of nowhere.
We're out in the middle of nowhere, and I used to struggle with that. I used to have to drive like an hour, but I actually had my scale sent in, certified that way. If we were to catch a lake record or something, me and my client would go on the bank, weigh it on the bank, have a witness, do it all, you know, legitly, and then that scale is certified, so it classifies it for any records or, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And now, do you fish for anything else out here? As you're a guide, what?
No, just strictly bass.
Okay.
There's lots of crappie, lots of catfish, but just strictly bass.
How do you catch the crappie out here if they're all floating out in the middle?
Man,
I don't even see them on trees.
I need to try because I've wanted to, but it's hard to.
They're just out, guys. When you're just out there and you're scanning and you see nothing but speckles of fish, just poised out in the open, just everywhere. They're not on. It doesn't seem like they're grouped up on trees. I'm sure they are, but I mean, how would you catch all the? And what are they doing? Just staring at the sun, you know, all day long.
It's crazy. I think there's just so much of it. That's why.
It's just a huge buffet.
The whole lake is alive. You know, that's what's making these bass grow so fast and so big.
So I got a question. So you said when the bass don't want to eat, they go back to the bottom. So I've been seeing them at all different levels. Like I'm seeing them like cruising through up in the top water column. I'm seeing them along the bottom. So are the ones along the bottom not wanting to eat, or will they eat sometimes?
They will eat sometimes.
Okay.
But honestly, you have to book a trip. I mean, if I go too far into detail, then you know, people will know. These are little key things that separate the difference in catching them and not catching them.
Okay. Is there a secret you can share that doesn't give away? I don't want to give away your secret. Is there anything that you can share that would be a tidbit of information for people?
Man, it's very hard to I don't know.
It's okay.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know what the secret would be to be able to tell you without showing you and explaining to you. You know, to see the technique done, to know exactly what those fish look like. It's just screen time. pretty much, you know, to be able to know exactly, oh, is that a 50-pound catfish or is that a 13-pound bass? You know, you have to know the difference. Otherwise, you just spent 2 hours of your night throwing at a flathead catfish that's probably never going to bite. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've seen a couple on the pictures out. People catch some big old flatheads out here.
Yeah, and I used to do this to make the same mistake. I would chase those things for hours thinking, come on, it's got to be a giant one. And it's not. You know, it's not. So you're just burning your time up. You know, I think just learning how to identify what you're seeing on the screen is the biggest tip. You know, learning the distances, learning accuracy. That's the difference. You know.
And so, talking about your guiding, what is it that you offer so people know when they come out here?
Pretty much, if you come out on a trip with me, you will cut the learning curve in half on forward-facing sonar, plus have multiple opportunities at a fish over 10 pounds.
Okay, that sounds good. And then how do they get a hold of you, and how do they book with you?
I've got a website. My website is burksfishing.com. It has all my availability, booking info, all my information, pricing, all on my website. You can book through my website, secure the date that you want, and that's
is your pricing and info all on there?
Yeah, pricing info. It's $1,000 for one person, $875 for one person, $1,000 for two. $200 deposit. It seems expensive, but compared to, you know, there's guys charging $3,000 and not doing what I've been doing. So to me, it's somewhat of a bargain, you know.
Actually, that sounds, well, so me and my dad actually got in a big argument whether to spend that kind of money or more, right? For anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000, like you're saying. Some of the big guides out there are taking you out there, and his argument was that there's no way you're going to spend that money if they don't guarantee you a fish, right? So you don't have any guarantees on a fish.
You're guaranteed to get the opportunity, but I can't make you catch it. I can't force that fish to bite. I can't make the cast for you. You have to be able to make the cast. You have to be good at casting accuracy. You're gonna get plenty of opportunity. I've had plenty of guys that have never even used forward-facing sonar that have came out, and in one day I've been able to put them on a 10-pounder. Now, that's difficult, you know, it's not easy, but you're still going to get the opportunity. That's the best I can do with fish that big. You can't guarantee it because you don't know. Everybody's skill is a little different, you know. Some people can cast really good, some people kind of struggle. Either way, you're still going to get the opportunity, and I can stay on them better than just about anybody. So you're getting that shot, but
there's no way you can guarantee that. And I don't think any guide would. That was our back and forth on
I've been really tempted to be like, I mean, half price if you don't catch them.
It seems like you're on them. It seems like you're dialed in. I mean, I think the value of, if you've never used forward-facing sonar, or even if you have, like being able to go out on a lake and cut the time it takes. This is 5 hours from Dallas, 4.5, 5 hours from Dallas. So you're coming out here, you're spending gas, you're spending money. You come out here and you spend 2 or 3 days trying to figure it out. Or you get a guide and you learn it in half, and you enjoy the time fishing. There's a big difference in, like, think of all the gas and lures and everything we bought. You're almost there. By the time you go there and back. So it's like 2 trips, you're getting it for one, and you're probably going to catch a fish of a lifetime. Because if you guys follow him on Facebook, what's your Facebook handle?
Burks Fishing. I have a page, Burks Fishing. My regular page is Brandon Burks. I post on both of them. All of my social medias are Burks Fishing: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Most of my business comes from Facebook. But
very cool. And you said a little bit about you. You're married, kids?
Married. I've got the same wife I've been with since high school. Both of my kids are with my wife. I've got a 16-year-old son, a 10-year-old daughter. My son does the high school fishing. You know, my dad, hardcore tournament bass fisherman, and just family of fishermen.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we appreciate the time you took for us to share some of your knowledge. I know you can't share everything, which this is their secret. This is their craft. I don't want to give it away on camera. This is how you make a living.
That's the thing. That's the thing is that people are gonna find out where you're at, you know.
Yeah.
But that does not mean you can travel 5 hours and it's just 10-pounders are just gonna hop in the boat. He's here to tell you it does not work like that.
I follow these boats around. I can't catch them. It's crazy. It's insane. No, but I mean, I'm in some of the same areas, and I've actually found where some of these really big fish live. And unless you know what you're doing, unless you have this special little thing, there's a lot of people. I've been fishing a long time, and I pride myself on being able to catch a lot of fish, but this lake, I've been out here 4 or 5 times. Maybe this is my 6th time. I've caught 1 8-pounder. It broke my rod, brought it in, and almost every other time, other than the first time, we've skunked out. It is so tough out here. So I guess it really depends on the time of year that you come to. Because
I mean, people always. That's another question. I get this question a lot. When is the best time to come? I'm telling you right now, there is no bad. If you know what to look for, there is no bad time. Every single month out of the entire calendar year, January through December, I've caught 10-pounders in every single month.
So cool.
It's a special place, man.
This really is.
Special place.
This really is. Well, it's getting late. He's ready to go. We're ready to go fish one more night, see if we can try to figure this out.
We're going to try to put 5 in the boat tonight.
That would be great. Well, so I'm not fishing with Brandon. I'm fishing with my dad. You got a client tonight?
Yeah,
okay.
I got a client.
So just so you guys know, this isn't like a sponsored message or anything. He's taking me fishing. This is just, I'm just showing you guys who's out here, what's going on, and I want you guys to make up your mind on what you guys want to do. This is, you know, you're not hooking, you're not using live bait. No. Okay, you're not using treble hooks. No. You're not on drugs, and this isn't like psychedelic fake stuff and AI, using AI to enhance it. You're not enhancing your photos.
No.
Okay, this is all stock, and a lot of it's on film, on camera.
Right.
You're actually showing it like from cast to catch. Right. So he's not like reusing 10-pounders and pulling them out of the live. People are gonna ask these questions.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I get it. I mean, it looks crazy. It looks unbelievable, but come experience it, and I can promise I will change your mind. It is believable. It does happen almost on a daily basis. I'm blessed beyond measure. I mean, it's been great.
Well, thank you for your time, Brandon.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it.
It's great. I've been trying to get him on the DFW for a couple years now.
Ivie.
Yeah, since we met him out there. So it's good that our times synced up. And so, guys, we're going to catch you guys on the next one. Hope this was helpful and useful. Feel free to reach out to Brandon if you want to book a trip.
Burksfishing.com. My phone number is 817-694-0591. If you have any questions, feel free to holler at me. I'd be glad to answer anything you got. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you guys next time.